Good morning, Arsene.
Morning.
It's transfer deadline day, but we'll talk about the game at the weekend first, just a little, and we'll start off traditionally with the team news. What changes are there from the Southampton game on Monday?
From the Southampton game, the only change that will have to be made is Flamini is out, of course, and everybody else, I hope, will be available.
And Rosicky, is he?
Rosicky's back in the squad, certainly. He's joining full training today.
And Palace themselves, just a word about the game. They are proving to be a strong side. They're recovering well after a difficult start.
They are recovering very well because they are stable defensively. They don't concede goals. They have a very efficient game, and recently they had consistent results. So it is for us and for them, of course, a very important game.
And just lastly from me, it is transfer deadline day. Yesterday you said you were active but not close. That was your description. Does that still apply? Has it changed in any way?
It hasn't changed.
What are you hoping to try and achieve today?
To prepare well the game of Sunday.
Okay, I'll ask that again. What are you hoping to achieve on transfer deadline day in the way of business?
Well, we are open-minded and active, and look at the opportunities, you know.
Do you think it may be more likely to be a loan signing that will happen rather
It can
than
happen. We still try to bring at least one body in, yes, because we are a bit hit now by the red card of Flamini, the setback of Ramsey, the fact that Wiltshire is not available, that I hope will be short term, but we are in an area where we had plenty of players suddenly a bit short.
They're all midfielders, which would suggest, is it a midfielder that you're specifically looking at?
It's one of the solutions we look at, yes.
Do you feel you have to do business in the transfer window today to stay in touch with Manchester City at the top?
In my job, you always have to. You have to win, you have to buy, you have to listen, and we all do that.
How do you feel about having to do it on the last day of a transfer window, though? In a perfect world, this would all have been sorted out.
In a perfect world, that first of all doesn't exist, and secondly, all the transfer windows has always been like that. 80% of the activities happened on the last day. It was always like that. If you want my signature, I would scrap the transfer window in winter with ease.
Can you just tell us a little more about the setback that Aaron Ramsey's had in training? I mean, is it right he could be out for another month? Is that?
Yes. It is certainly a few weeks. It will be between 4 and 6 weeks. I count 6, so I have no bad surprise. But of course, it's a blow for us because we lost recently Walcott for a long period. Now Ramsey is out for a long period, and it's a big setback.
You've been chopped for a long time until Manchester City overtook you midweek. Are you expecting a response from the players as a result against Palace on Sunday?
Of course, a very strong one, and we are still very, very close. But of course, we want to respond quickly after having dropped 2 points at Southampton. We knew all that Southampton could be a tricky place to go. But it was, and Southampton played well. But the regret we have is that we were leading in the game and got caught back.
Everybody seems to be pointing at Manchester City as the champions. Tim Sherwood at Spurs saying they're the best team on the planet. Jose Mourinho at Chelsea saying no, we're not going to be celebrating winning the league title this year. It's all about Manchester City is the suggestion. But do you feel that that's not insulting, but passing over your chances a little?
Maybe, but you know, it's always people are always tempted to go to definite conclusions after one game. What is for sure, we have played 23 games. We are 1 point behind Man City, and in the we are today in a better situation than at the start of the season after 4 games. We look at we are in the second part of the season after 4 games. We are 1 point behind Man City. We have 15 games to make a difference with them. I believe we have our chances, and what is even more important is that we are fully committed and to play our chances with full belief, and I'm convinced we can do it.
This is the last day of January, of course. February, are you ready for what's coming in terms of the fixture schedule?
Yes, it is for us. It is the ability to focus on the next game and our ability to recruit all our resources for the next game that will make our months very interesting. So let's start with that on Sunday, and I'm confident that the squad is ready for a fight.
Arsene, you say you're hoping to bring somebody in today, and you say at the moment, as far as the transfer market is concerned, you're still active. Awful lot in the papers, radio, TV this morning about the Draxler deal. Is that still active at this point?
No.
Not at all, so you don't think anything will happen. Will it be a bit of an anti-climax for you tonight if you don't bring in anybody?
Anti-climax, I don't know what is climax is. As you said, the transfer window is always hope, and it looks like it's a bit superficial and artificial. What is concrete is that we are in a strong position in the league, and I don't see why we should be anti-climax. We are where nobody expected us to be, so we have to be focused, proud, and ambitious to finish well the season. The results are not made by the transfer market in winter. They are made by the performances on the football pitch, and on that front we have shown that we can be very competitive. We are a bit short now, and I'm confident we'll manage to do something today.
Yeah. Is it sort of 50-50 or 80-20?
It's 80-20.
You bring somebody in today. Okay. At 11 o'clock tonight when you go to bed, are you just sort of glad the whole thing's over for a few months?
Well, yes, because I wouldn't. It's a bit distraction, from what is really the competition. The competition is about performances on the pitch, and I can understand that everybody's interested in what's happening, who is going where, but that's not real football.
As far as Palace is concerned, how different, you beat them early this season 2-0 when Tony Pulis wasn't there. How different have they become under Tony Pulis?
They have stronger belief, certainly. They have more stability, defensive stability, and their results and the way they play. I seen them playing against Tottenham. When they played against Tottenham, they were absolutely impressive in that game. So it's a good warning for us.
And Chamakh, chance for him maybe to...
Chamakh is doing well, and I'm happy for him because we love him here. He had a great start here in the first 6 months because Van Persie was not available. After Van Persie came back, and he had an impossible competition because Van Persie is world class, and it was very difficult for him to compete. After he lost confidence, he didn't play anymore, and he had not exactly the career that we expected him to have here. But he's a great guy and a great player, and I'm happy that he's going well for him.
Arsene, just clarify, you say you think you're going to bring one in today. Is that likely to be a striker or a midfielder?
80%, I said. Don't transform my statements already in 100%.
If you're likely to...
Leave me a little bit of room.
Will that 80% be a striker or a midfielder, do you think?
At the moment we need more defenders, midfielders.
So the sort of search for a striker...
We are still open as well, if something comes up, we are not against it.
And has something changed with the Draxler situation? Because it seems as though that was moving forward earlier in the week?
Look, the Draxler situation has been created by the newspapers, not by me. And you ask me where is that situation, I say nothing is happening on that front.
Is he a player that you think will move at all? Will he stay at Schalke?
He will stay at Schalke.
And just finally, from it, if you don't manage to bring anyone in, if the 20% happens, will you still be confident that you can achieve your targets?
Yes.
Why? What gives you that?
Because why should we not? We have done it. We are in a position to do it. After 23 games, it's a squad we have available now. So why should we suddenly give up?
Arsene, you had your contrasting styles with Tony Pulis in the past, but he seems to have done a magnificent job at Crystal Palace because few people thought he would maybe turn them round, did they?
He has done a marvellous job. And I must honestly say that when he took that job, I was thinking, my friend, you take an impossible job there. But he has turned it round and deserves a lot of credit for that.
What do you make of Jose Mourinho's comments about West Ham playing 19th century football to get a result at Chelsea? Was that not just what they did when they came to Arsenal and probably what Chelsea will do when they go to Manchester City?
Honestly, I don't listen to all that. And I believe less time we waste on that, the better it is.
Do we make too much of styles? Because obviously Stoke had a particular style under Tony Pulis, and
that has nothing to do with style. I believe always when Chelsea came to us and we played 0-0, we didn't manage to score. It's our responsibility to score, and you accept that. You know, no matter what problem you face, you have to be strong enough to sort it out. That's how I approach our game. And when you don't win, sometimes it's because of the quality of your opponent, sometimes for bad luck, sometimes of the referee decisions, but you have always to cope with it.
What do you do and look at when you suddenly see a team and after sort of 20 minutes you're just facing two banks of four defenders, which often happens at Arsenal? Is there any way that you can overcome that apart from, as you said?
You have first of all not to commit defensive mistake, and I always believe that it is the quality of your game that can make the difference, and you have to continue to believe in the way you want to play and not give up what you have planned before the game, and continue to stick to that. And at some stage, time and the quality will help you to make the difference.
Arsène, on a vu encore un gros match de Laurent Koscielny à Southampton cette semaine. Dans quel domaine vous diriez qu'il peut encore s'améliorer, et comment expliquer qu'en France des gens sont encore sceptiques sur le fait qu'il puisse être titulaire en équipe de France?
Le scepticisme, je ne le comprends pas. Après, dans quel domaine il peut encore progresser? Je pense qu'on peut progresser tout le temps dans tous les domaines. Mais il a énormément progressé dans le calme, dans la maîtrise de son jeu. Et c'est le domaine peut-être où il avait le plus à faire. Et c'est là qu'il a gagné le plus. Il est beaucoup plus serein. Il ne s'énerve pratiquement plus. Et je pense que dans cette forme, il a gagné beaucoup en sérénité.
Si on considère que décembre c'était un mois compliqué physiquement, janvier était compliqué mentalement avec toutes les rumeurs de transfert, février, qu'est-ce que ça va être?
Physiquement et mentalement difficile. Les deux combinés vont être très difficiles parce que nous jouons pratiquement que des matchs sous pression et des matchs où la saison se joue. Donc en une semaine, on peut jouer très très gros puisqu'on peut sortir d'une ou deux compétitions. Donc la pression mentale va être très forte et physique en même temps parce qu'on ne joue que des gros adversaires, donc tous les matchs demandent un engagement total.
Also, with Ramsey and Flamini out now, Santi Cazorla showed again the other night. Everyone talks about Mesut Ozil, but how big a part do you think Cazorla will play for you in the last few months of the season?
Look, at the moment Cazorla scores, and of course it's very important in the build-up of our game, but as well at the moment it's very important in the finishing qualities, because we lost Walcott, who is a goal scorer machine, and Ramsey as well, who had a great goal scoring record. So two together, of course somebody needs to to score with goals. Cazorla can be playmaker and the goal scorer, and at the moment, of course, we need these qualities.
Do you think he's got a bit of an extra point to prove at the moment?
Cazorla is a fantastic football player, but he loves to play, you know, and he's happy on the football pitch, and that's all we want from him.